Bye, Elise.
Bye.
Yeah, no pretty well.
Can you pull a microphone in front of you? Fire away.
After the other night, what did you guys want to accomplish tonight? I mean, you know you weren't playing a team the same caliber, but just what was your mindset going into this game? What did you want to do tonight?
Just come out aggressive, more aggressive than we came out the last game versus VCU.
We just wanted to get back to what we was known for. It was a rough game, so we just wanted to get back to Cincinnati basketball, really. The toughness part, the effort.
Difficult has it been, guys, the past couple of days without the coach, in trying to kind of keep yourselves going, not knowing about his future?
It's definitely a tough change, but every day we got to prepare and continue to get better as a team, believe in our coaching staff and believe in each other so we can continue to have a successful season. But it is tough with coach not being there, and we definitely send our regards out to him every day.
Kind of had an up and down start. Is it important for you to get a game like this where you get going with conference play, coming up in a week or so?
Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely good for us to get out, get aggressive on offense, show toughness on defense, just get back to the things we do best because we do have a tough stretch coming up, and we're just preparing to win some tough games.
With you, has it just been a confidence thing? Mostly just finding your groove, finding where you're comfortable?
Yes, just really confidence and growing as a player. Getting more minutes this year is definitely a difference. And it's just growing, understanding everything that I'm supposed to do out there on the court and establishing my position to help this team as well.
I'll tell you, you get a sense early on in this game that you're going to be able to block a lot of shots.
I mean, I just go out and block shots, do what I do all the time.
But I mean, early in the game when you guys blocked a lot of them, I think you had 9 in the first half. Did you know coming in that you'd be able to block a lot of them just from watching over here?
No. We didn't know. We just was jumping and blocking.
You should have blocked a few more because the school record is 18 and you only ended up with 12.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I need to look into the school record. Yeah.
Are you happy with the way you guys played tonight?
Yeah.
Because?
I mean, we, like Kev said, come back and play Cincinnati basketball the way that we know how to play.
Were you embarrassed by the way you played the other night, or maybe that's too strong of a word?
Yeah, we was embarrassed. Everybody was embarrassed because we didn't come out with the intensity that we usually come out with.
Did Vic come and talk to you anymore?
Have you
Did
seen
Vic come here and talk to you anymore?
Nah, he sent us text. I think he texted a couple of players. He texted you? Yeah, he texted us, but I don't think he can be around basketball or something, whatever the case is. I don't know.
You got to know him?
Yeah, no.
Did he text everybody or just send a text for them to read to you, or what?
Nah, he texted us personally.
What kind of things did he tell you? What did he say?
Stick together and it's not over with.
Kevin, how much is it, you mentioned talking about getting back to playing the way you wanted to play, aggressive defensively, that kind of way. How much is it on, guys that have been around this program to take it on themselves now, because Coach brought so much energy and so much of that to the team's personality. How much is it on everybody else now to try to do that yourself?
It's definitely vital for returning guys and seniors, definitely, and Octavius, that we show our new guys the way we do things every day. Without Coach being here, it is different with the intensity level that he does bring to practice every day, to games. But as returning guys, we just try to stick together, make sure we all on one page, and that's continue to be tough, continue to play with effort, and continue to be Cincinnati Bearcats and not put on a performance like we did this past Saturday against VCU. So that was the main thing about today's game, really, and the practices that we've been having.
Anything else? Thank you. Thanks, fellas.
Thank you.
He's got a lot to lead now.
He's literally.
So what?
So you get too old for this crap.
No.
The players said their objective today was just get back to playing aggressive the way UC usually plays. Is that what you told them to do?
Absolutely. The first thing I wrote on the board, the very first thing I wrote on the board was 21-4. Last game we had 21 deflections and 4 fouls. And I put a big red X through that, and then underneath that, I put toughness, okay, and playing hard. Because anything that I wrote on that board after that did not matter. If we didn't play aggressive, we didn't play with Bearcat toughness, we didn't play really hard, all the X and O's, all that other stuff doesn't matter. And that's first and foremost, and again, that's what we built this program on, Mick built this program on. Then you move on to execution and the other things that you do, but you got to give that effort, supreme effort, and that toughness first and foremost if you're going to win games.
And did you see that tonight?
Yeah, I thought the effort was much, much better, and we showed some toughness. And part of toughness is, on the offensive end, executing and doing what you've been asked to do. And overall, pretty good at our execution and that stuff. Obviously, got to keep getting better, and the opponents are going to be more talented and that. So, we got to keep coming if we're going to win games from this point on.
How many deflections did you have tonight?
We had 52 deflections tonight. Anytime that we've gotten 40 in the last 5 years, with the exception of the Nebraska game, which was a double overtime game, we had over 40. We won. We won the game. So 40 is kind of a magic number for us.
Nice to see Kevin Johnson hit some shots too.
Yeah, I thought Kevin played much better tonight. And one of the things that he did was he played off his shot fake a little bit and was able to get into the lane. And that we got to keep him doing that because he's been taking some shots with guys running at him, and he's learning. He's learning as a player. It's most minutes he's played. He's got to learn that people are worried about him shooting and they're going to run at him, and he's got to take advantage of that and turn that against him and get into the lane, get on 2 feet, make some pull-ups, make some kick-outs for shots and that, and get be a playmaker off his shot. Nice to see him make a 3 too.
How hard coach has it been to kind of keep these guys, certainly because they're thinking about Mick, they're kind of in limbo about when he's going to be back, what's happening. How hard is it to kind of keep them focused on basketball and not worrying about what coach is doing?
Well, as we met in practice the other day, and this is directly from Mick, look, they've got to hear your voice. They've got to hear the staff's voice. And guys, I've got great guys around me, our whole staff, Darren and Antoine and Mark Bergen, all those guys. I got a great staff around me that's going to help us get through this. But I've tried to address the team and say, guys, the best thing we can do for Coach Cronin is to go out and play with our heart and play with that great intensity that he wants us to play with. That's how you help Mick. That's what you need to be thinking about. I don't want to let Coach down. I want to go out there and play like he taught me how to play. And if we focus on that, and then we got to worry about getting better and the things that we got to do. And you can't get distracted by the situation, and it's hard not to. But that's where our focus has got to be. Look, we got to go out and do what Coach taught us to do from a play hard standpoint. And listen to our staff right now and do the things that we're asking them to do. But I think in the last 2 days they made the adjustment. I've had to make the adjustment. I've had to make the adjustment and get to more head coaching mode. That wasn't easy to do the first day. I mean, it just doesn't. It comes back to it's like riding a bike, but you got to get your mindset on that. You got to make the decision. You're not suggesting anymore. You're making the decision, and you're making a decision in practice. You're making a decision all the way down the line, and you got to get in that mindset and be decisive in what you do.
Is there anything in the scouting report that lets you know you're going to be able to take care of them at the rim and block shots the way you did, or is that just flow of the game?
Well, we, in looking at their past games, anytime they scored 5 or less threes, they struggle to get over 50 points. And one of the things I told those guys was, number 4 and number 1, they'll shoot shots at any time. They might be dribbling away from the basket and just turn up and shoot it. I said, we cannot give those guys threes. And if we got to run them off a little bit because they're young guys. They go off 1 foot a lot. They do some things that young players do. I knew that even if we forced them inside, we'd have a chance to block some shots. We couldn't give them open threes. That's how teams upset other teams. You come in here and, I mean, we saw enough threes at VCU. Now, a lot of them were wide open, but, that's how you can't overcome that. Team comes in and makes 10 threes, you can't overcome it. It's hard. So we had to focus on not letting them have threes or get clean looks, and I knew, at times you're going to get beat off the dribble a little bit. You don't want to, but you're going to be. And, but if they're out of control and going off 1 foot, you get a chance to block those shots.
Are the players going to go home for a few days? Or?
Yeah, they're off to tomorrow and Christmas Day, and they'll come back, and we'll practice in the evening on the 26th. We're not Grinch. We do give them a little bit for Christmas. Not much, but a little.
Because you don't know when coach is coming back, you kind of had to get your mind in a place where you think you might have to go to the end of the season. Have you thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, the way it's fallen out, my approach has got to be that I can't be wondering or waiting for him to come back. I've got to coach the team like I'm going to coach it the rest of the year. If coach is able to come back, believe me, I'll be glad to hand him the reins and say, Coach, because he's my friend and because, he's a great young coach and because this is his team. But my mindset right now is that I'm prepared to coach the team the rest of the year. That's the only way I think I can do it, is to have that mindset. And if we get good news, then great. That'll be easy. That'll be an easy transition at that point, back. But I can't be half in, half out. I got to be all the way in, expecting to go the whole year.
You're hoping to make that transition to giving it back, but
Absolutely.
you may have to dial it back on the head coach thing.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's up to Mick and his family and the medical team, and he's going to do the right thing for himself. I mean, he's got, Mick's a smart guy, like I said. He's got a young daughter. He's going to do the best thing for his family and for his daughter and for himself. And we all hope that, that they can get him whatever needs to be taken care of, however they decide to take care of it, to the point he can come back and coach. And obviously, the sooner the better. But if he doesn't, and guys, Mick's been great. Every text, every time we talk, it's encouraging me, saying you can do it. You got to do it your way. And that is huge, to have your boss have that much confidence in you, and that's the kind of person Mick is, and it says everything about him.
Anything else?
One thing I want to say, I know this is Bill Cook's last coverage for the Inquirer, and I hope you're covering us in some other capacity at some point, but you've been great, and we appreciate you. I know Mick appreciates you, players appreciate you, and thank you very much for getting great service to us, and done a great job covering us.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys. Merry Christmas.